After a long hiatus, Beanbag TV is back for our very first episode of Fiction or Fact.
On tonight's episode, we're going to talk about a topic that has been the subject of much interest in the media lately and will instantly destroy the credibility of anyone who talks about it. And no, we are not talking about Miley Cyrus's flamingo-colored balloon spandex with Porky the Pig ears. Sorry, Miley. Sorry.
Our subject of the show is... we're talking about aliens. But I'd like to think that first picture hit pretty close to the mark. It's not very hard to see why nobody takes this topic seriously.
This is Central Control. This is Central Control. Stand by. Information to follow. We are ready to transmit. We are ready to transmit. This is the voice of Instruct Relay Automatic in and for the planet you of the Earth called Jupiter. On behalf of the Honorable Court of Representative, we are ready to begin with that information which we have for these individuals in this time period. Let us begin with the individual who is to the forefront of the instrument.
Pyramids were built by human hands, but with the assistance of extraterrestrial technology.
A two-headed dog with 6 legs.
The giant flying turtles. I'm sorry. Road to the stars descended from the sky. Can it be more clear? I don't think so. That is everything but a turtle. And if you look closely, Jonah was in fact not swallowed by a whale.
One of them did this. All I remember is that he just kind of waved his hand in front of his chest, and the next thing I know, this blue beam hit me and just literally opened me up like a fish.
Holy crap! That was almost as good as Trump's RNC speech.
That was some clip. You know what? If you go to our website now, you too can speak with aliens. Just click the link below.
We took a poll to see how many of you believed in alien abductions. Of the 75 people who filled out our survey online, roughly 8% said you believed in alien abductions. In addition to that, a whopping 20% said that they believe that anyone who claimed to have had an abduction experience is either lying or attention-seeking. But there's another side to this. In 1994, an alien visited an elementary school in Rua, Zimbabwe. Everyone, including faculty and students, saw it, and this is one of their stories.
Did you see the eyes? What did they look like?
They were going like that.
Where was the pointy part? Was the pointy part in here, or was the pointy part out there? Up there. And what was the feeling when you looked at the eyes?
It was scary.
Mm-hmm. And what scary? Why? What made it scary?
The eyes looked evil.
Evil. Mm-hmm. And what was evil about them? Say what you mean by evil.
It looked evil because it was just staring at me.
With what? Staring at you as if what? As if to do what?
As if it wanted to come and take us.
As if it wanted to come and take you. That was the feeling you got? That it wanted you to go with it? Did you feel like you wanted to go with it? No. Did you feel, what was the effect on you when you felt it wanted to have you go with it?
I just walked away and I started crying.
That doesn't sound like someone who is lying. That sounds like someone who is really freaking terrified. And frankly, that person is not alone.
Our team here at Beanbag TV have done their homework, and we've asked alleged abductees to share their experiences with us. Here are some of their stories. I could see aliens through a thin veil at daylight. It is different from sleep paralysis, I do regularly experience sleep paralysis, which is relatively harmless compared to this. Approximately 10 years ago, I had an episode where I was picked up and carried around the room. I stopped in front of my TV where I saw a large red eye. The iris had jaws that were opening and closing. The pupil had a stainless steel surgery table with a spotlight over it. Started as a wee child, they have convinced me I am important to the future of mankind, but never explain how exactly. Now I know when they are nearby because of this feeling of dread that is usually followed by periods of missing time, for periods up to 3 days. They also keep showing me how I die. I have been taken with friends too. Those who remember get mad and blame me and usually leave my life in a hurry. They have also been invading the life of my wife and children, almost from the day they were born. When I was little, I tried to talk to my mom about what was going on, but she wouldn't listen and told me it was all a figment of my imagination. The bruises and scars are real, though. Chances are I am just another undiagnosed crazy person. Time to make a pot of coffee now. Sun is going down. No sleep until sunrise. Nights are too long in the winter. I feel as if abduction has happened multiple times. The time I remember the most, I was young, maybe 6. I started to wake up and saw the same thing moving around me, but nodded off back into a deep sleep. Then I start to open my eyes again to see a bright light, like being at the dentist. I see a couple silhouettes, then my eyes adjust to notice they have big black eyes and bigger heads, gray skin. I see a machine that's made of surgical steel next to the light. It has 4 or 5 inch long, maybe 8 inch sharp needles. I remember not being able to move or barely even think. I was just aware. I remember having scars on my stomach and showing my mother, but she thought it was a rash or reaction to something. They were like dots or scalpel marks. I've looked them up. There was maybe 4 of them. I had them for about a year before they healed and went away. I often had extremely sharp pains in the same area. I had those scars. I've dealt with unusual bloody noses in my childhood as well, and once vomited blood and strange black charcoal-looking stuff. I have a strong feeling I'm going to get abducted again soon now that I am 18. A lot of adults who report being abducted said they had similar experience as a child. I think this is more related to spiritual experiences. I related my experiences to sleep paralysis. It describes the experience very well, but with time, you understand that there is some sort of inorganic consciousness acting.
In addition to all of this, 1.2% of you, our viewers, feel as though you have been abducted at some point in your life. An additional 2.4% of you are unsure. My point is, it is far more common than we ever thought, and chances are you know several people who have been abducted in their lifetime or who feel like they have been abducted in their lifetime. And thankfully, this has become a topic of interest in current politics.
When we had your husband, President Clinton, on this show, he said, I asked him about UFOs in Area 51 and if he looked in, because if I was president, that's the first thing I do. I go right into those files and see what was going on.
Right.
And he said that he did do that.
Yes.
And that he didn't find anything.
Well, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, why not?
Right? And you know, there's a new name. It's unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon, really?
Yep, UAP. That's the latest nomenclature.
I like the old one. I like UFO. I don't know why.
Well, I think we can use them interchangeably, but I would like us to go into those files and hopefully make as much of that public as possible. If there's nothing there, let's tell people there's nothing there.
What if there is something there?
Well, if there is something there, unless it's a threat to national security, I think we ought to share it with the public.
Yes, Hillary Clinton is the first presidential candidate to use part of her campaign to appeal to alien enthusiasts.
This leaves a lot of questions up in the air. We've surveyed hundreds of people. People are definitely seeing something when they go through these experiences. What are aliens anyway? Are they friendly?
Well, that's it for our show tonight. What do you think? Are aliens real or aren't they? Let us know in the comments below.
And be sure to subscribe.